Hello everyone, AuldDragon here, and having completed Pool of Radiance and transferred my characters through Hillsfar, I am now ready to start Curse the Azure Bonds. Dandy 1000 users, make sure numlock is on. It's a good point to keep in mind, I guess. So, here we are. Once again, it's an AD&D first edition product. And you get to see the title screen, a much nicer title screen than the previous one, even if it is a 16 color scan or whatever. Oh, Forgotten Realms, ooh, got to see the logo. Volume 2. And the credits, so much shorter than the credits for modern games. Okay, let's go ahead and play. And here you see the copy protection. It's very similar to the copy protection of the Pool of Radiance. I have not bothered taking it out, partly because it's a little bit harder to find. There might be editors or hacks out there, but I have not bothered looking for them. So as you can see, it was one character, so that I cannot search through the game file for one character. Let's go ahead and if you create a character, you basically have all the same options: human, male, except you now have paladin and ranger. Finally, let's go with fighter. Let's go with neutral good. And you'll see that you start out at level 5 with 25,000 experience points. This is significantly lower than what you would have started with in, or what you'd have if you transfer your characters from Pool of Radiance. I'm not sure if you recall or not, but I had roughly 200,000 more experience points than this at that point. So, you will start at a significant advantage if you transfer your characters. However, there is a downside to that, in that for some of your characters you'll gain like 1 or 2 levels, and then you're maxed out in the game. So, yeah. As you can see, money does not change. You have the whole. That's a lot of 18s for being a random roll. Nah, I think I'll stick with that. So again, you get to modify your combat icon. But I'm going to go ahead and keep that because I'm lazy. Save test 1, test DO1. Okay, so let's go ahead and add. You can add from Curse of the Azure Bonds, Pool of Radiance, Hillsfar, or Exit. Since I transferred my characters, I'm going to add from Hillsfar. And here you see Ald, Crow, Islandwee, Min, Ellie, and Moonshadow. Okay. Again, as you can see, Ald did not heal after his bout with the arena in Hillsfar, so I will have to modify that. And there you see, 225,000 experience, and he's level 8. He is level 8. She is level 8. She is level 8, even though at the end of the game, at the end of Pool of Radiance, she was level 6. And she has 1800 strength with no items. So here you see some of the effects of transferring your characters through Hillsfar. Now, one thing that you will notice is that your hit points have not increased with the additional 2 levels. So I will have to modify that. Yeah, because I don't want to lose 2 whole experience levels worth of hit points. That's just not right. Again, she gained 3 levels, still has 1800 strength, and again 1800 strength, and she has gone up. She's gone up a couple levels. That doesn't seem right. I didn't think she could go up any levels after that. At the end of Pool of Radiance. Hold on just a moment. Let's see. Thief, level 8. No, I guess so. Fighter, level 7. Oh, I guess so. Huh, okay. Oh, color me surprised. Anyway, the other bad news is that while my wizards went up levels, they did not gain any more spells. And in fact, let's go ahead and actually, I'm going to human change class to Paladin. So now Paladin level 1, and human change class to Ranger, and Ranger level 1. So again, let's go ahead and begin adventuring. You awaken in a small room. Looking around, you notice that all your gear is gone, as is your memory of recent events. Adding to your disquiet, you notice that your sword arm has been somehow imprinted with strange patterns. The rest of your party are identically marked. That's very strange. Okay, well, a couple things to notice. First of all, we have a new campfire image, even though we're in an inn. And we have a new menu option. And it's called Fix. So if I hit it, all this up to 50 hit points, 89, 90, the whole party is healed. So apparently I rested for a whole day. So basically that has everyone cast healing spells if they can. Paladins will use Lay on Hands, things like that, to quickly heal your characters, and they'll rememorize them and stuff like that. So that's pretty handy. Makes resting after combat so much faster, at least in terms of real time rather than game time. Another thing to notice is memorize. So you might recall I don't know that I had Charm Person. I don't think I had Charm Person. I had things like Burning Hands, Reduce. So it dumped the spells that you had and gave you what it thinks you should have. So I need to go out and modify those. I guess maybe they gave you a new spell book or something, I don't know. But and you'll notice that, I've got a 4th level spell slot, but I have no 4th level spell. So, yeah. So I need to go out and modify my hit points, but I also need to go out and get at least a couple spells back that I should have. So let me go ahead and save it. Save it as B. That's going to be my usual modification slot. So quit to DOS, yes. And here you see my Curse the Azure Bonds save. Curse the Azure Bonds, curse. I do not recall offhand what the Curse 2 module is. Here you see my Hillsfar characters, .hill. .guy is the Curse the Azure Bonds save file. Save game b.dat, that saves all your environmental variables, where you actually are, what quests you are on or have completed, things like that. .fx has your current special effects, like whether you're stronger from wearing Gauntlets of Ogre Power, whether you're stronger from wearing a Girdle of Giant Strength, whether you've been hasted, things like that. Okay, and here are your main characters. So let's go ahead and start with my Cleric. And you'll notice something else different. You've got Strength and Modified Strength. So modified strength would be, here's your current, your actual value. Modified would be if you have been hit by like a ray of enfeeblement or something like that. Or you've put on a girdle of giant strength. So that's kind of neat. Right. But you need to remember that you need to modify both of them if you're going to permanently give yourself a higher strength or something like that. Age, here we go, max hit points. So I'm up to level 8 now, so that'll be that. Once again, and memorize spells. These are tied into these. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can get pretty complicated if you want to actually memorize, say, fireballs. You need to remember exactly what number that is. So let me go ahead and go down. And I never got around to, so yeah, as you can see, I have not fully completed all the spells yet, so I don't know what everything is. I still need to eventually get to that. Here are your saving throws. Former fighter level, I'm not sure. I haven't figured everything out. There's your money. Once again, it contains a druid level, I believe, and a monk level. And I think this is, I don't think this is just old fighter level. I think this might actually be old level. I'm not sure on everything. Like I said, I haven't had time to figure everything out, or I haven't taken the time to figure everything out. So, current hit points, 80, okay. Alright, so that's basically that. I'm going to go ahead and finish editing other people, and then I will be back. I'm going to pause the video, and we'll be back into the game. Okay, and we're back. One thing that I decided to do is I'm going to stick with the spells that they gave me. I figure, why the hell not, you know? I'm sure I'll get scrolls with the spells, as I go. So, and for the beginning parts, it's not a big deal not having 4th and 5th level spells. So, I'm going to go ahead and memorize my spells, rest up, and then we'll get cracking on the game. Okay, another thing that needs to be mentioned is that if you've imported your characters from Hillsfar, you will need to modify their combat icons again. So, that's what I just spent the last 20 minutes doing. Alrighty, let's go ahead and exit. Let's look at the area. I wonder where we are. Welcome to the fair city of Tilverton, beams the innkeeper. Then she notices your collective scowls. Please calm down while I explain. You recorded in journal entry 31. Perhaps the sage will help. You can get weapons from the shop across the way. Let's see if I have time to read this. Entry 31. Okay. You were brought in by a group in red robes. They said they'd found you on the road near death. They paid for your rooms in advance so you can stay as long as you'd like. You had those tattoos when you came in, but I've never seen anything like them. Filani the sage could help you, though. You should go see her, 2 blocks north. So, looks like that's the second thing we need to do after buying stuff. Alright, so let's see a sign overhead, Windlord's Inn. The street grows narrow and dim here, with trash piled in the corners. Don't want to do that. You see a sign overhead, The Curse. That sounds like a tavern, doesn't it? As you are passing through the crowds, you hear, I swear I heard a woman screaming in the sewers. You see a sign overhead, Weaponers of Cormier. Alright, we're almost out of time, so I'm going to stop it here and wait until daylight and go buy stuff. Alright, I'll see you in the next episode.